On the Good Morning Artesia radio show, couple things going on as we have Linda Stevens with us today, and we're talking about stuff. This is all the stuff going on this weekend.
Well, that's worthwhile stuff. What we've been talking about was not worthwhile.
Before I finish up the hour, I'll go through this list of stuff, but this is all the things that we know about. There may be other things going on.
And this is one of those phrases, don't tell me that you don't have anything to do in your board, because there's always things going on. All you got to do is get off the couch and go out there and participate or attend or whatever. You'd be surprised.
That's right. Go out and have some fun. So basketball tonight.
All right.
Bulldogs at Goddard.
Uh-huh.
Girls varsity is at 5:30. The boys varsity around 7. We will have it on the radio and the TV. Joby will be there. I will be there. Tanner will be there. Chris will be there. Chris will be there. And a couple camera people will be there. We're going to do a 2-camera shot out of the Goddard
Well, you got
gym.
a full house then.
Got a full house. And the only one missing will be Robbie. And so there'll be plenty of separation between Joby and Chris. We'll have our camera people in the middle. And then Tanner will be on one side and I'll be on the other. And then we'll have the announcers. But we're going to do a wide shot and a close-up.
Oh,
so
cool.
We're doing two shots. I'm going to try some instant replay, and we're going to have all that stuff. All right, here's the deal. For the girls, right now, Portales is 5-0. Goddard is 3-2. Artesia's 2-3. Lovington is 0-5. And Portales is at Lovington tonight. Regardless of whether Portales wins or loses, they're going to be the district champs in girls. The battle is for second. Goddard has it right now. If Artesia wins by 3 points or more, then Artesia would win the tiebreaker and would be the number 2 seeded team in the district tournament next week.
Okay.
If Artesia wins by 1 or 2 or loses, then Goddard is the number 2 seed. Artesia is the number 3 seed. And that's how the district tournament would be seeded for next week for the girls.
Okay, why would they have to win by 3 points or more?
Because the last time Goddard beat Artesia, they beat us by 2.
Okay.
And so if we win, then they're tied at 3-3, and the tiebreaker is point differential head-to-head.
Okay.
So that's why we have to win by 3 or more.
All right.
If we win by 1 or 2 or lose, then it's Portales 1, Goddard 2, Artesia 3, Lovington 4. But if we win by 3 or more, then it's Portales 1, Artesia 2, Goddard 3, Lovington 4. So that's on the girls.
Well, let's get complicated, shall we?
Then let's talk about the boys. See all my notes?
Oh, my goodness.
See all my notes? So right now...
The red pen got
crazy.
Amok.
Yeah. So Goddard is 4-1. Lovington and Artesia are 3-2. Portales is 0-5. And again, Portales is at Lovington tonight. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter in that Portales can't be better than 4. Even if they win, they're still number 4. But it does affect the possibility of a 3-way tie. So if Artesia beats Goddard and Lovington beats Portales, there would be a 3-way tie.
Oh, my.
You'd have 3 teams at 4-2. And in the head-to-head, Artesia and Goddard would have split. Artesia-Lovington would have split. Lovington-Goddard would have split. So you can't go by head-to-head.
Oh.
So they have to go by the point differential. So if Artesia boys win by 3 or more, then the 3-way tie would be Lovington, Goddard, Artesia. Artesia and Goddard would play a tiebreaker game at a neutral site on Monday to determine who is first and second. Lovington would be third.
Well, why don't we just make this confusing and complicated?
We are. Now,
whoa.
Now, if Artesia wins by 1 or 2 points, 3-way tie.
Right.
But Artesia would lose out on the tiebreaker and would be the number 3 seed, Lovington and Goddard would play for the tie-breaking game on Monday.
Well, let's just solve this and, win by a whole bunch, and then we don't have to get so complicated.
Just needs to be 3.
Well, all right.
Could win by 3, could win by 4, could win by 40.
All right. Well, let's just, do it big, and then we won't be complicated.
Now, if Artesia loses to Goddard tonight, then Goddard's the number 1 seed, Lovington's the number 2 seed, Artesia's the number 3 seed, and Portales is the number 4 seed. If Artesia loses tonight.
Right.
So it's
wow.
And again, this is assuming that Portales doesn't sneak up and upset Lovington tonight in Lovington, which could happen. Not likely, but it could happen. I do not have the scenarios if that happens.
Thank goodness. We could be here all day. So, do I dare say who is projected to win, or is it so iffy?
Well, in the girls' game, Artesia played Goddard very close the last time they met here at the pit, and it was within 3 points. So there is a very good probability or possibility for Artesia girls to win.
Okay.
On the boys' side, it has been so even. Artesia lost to Lovington in Lovington by 2. The 3-point shot at the buzzer that was good was a half a second too late.
Oh.
They hit that 3-point shot at the buzzer, then Artesia wins, and we'd have a whole different scenario. That's how close that game has been. When Artesia lost to Goddard here at the pit, we got the ball back with 11 seconds left, down by 1. Pass got deflected. A shot was short. Couldn't get the rebound to go in those last 11 seconds. We make a bucket, and we win that game. Yeah. So we were within like 3 points of being the team that's 5-0 and, winning to win the district title tonight. Instead, it's Goddard that's in that position tonight. Goddard wins, then like I said, then it's Goddard 1, Lovington 2, Artesia 3, and Portales 4. But if Artesia wins and they win by 3 or more, then they'll be in the tiebreaker game on Monday, and Goddard and Lovington would play on Tuesday. So. Lovington and Portales would play on Tuesday, and Artesia Goddard would be in the tiebreaker. But say we win, shot at the buzzer, win by 1 point or 2 points, then we're still the number 3 seeded team, and Goddard and Lovington play for the tiebreaker.
Somehow, I don't know. That's
So have we twisted your mind yet?
Oh yeah.
I guess at the end of the day, win by 3 or more.
That's what I'm telling you.
Just win by 3 or more.
Let's just get it over with, win big, and, say thank you and
go on.
Call it a good day.
That's right. So, all right. Hey, let's talk about, you've got recycled art and golf coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
On the 3rd, which is moments away, we will start recycled art, and that is a Thursday. So you may, if you want to bring your projects to me ahead of time, that's fine. Just think you're going to have to go down in the basement. If you don't like maneuvering stairs and you're carrying a bunch of stuff, it's not always easy. Let's face it.
That's right.
I have not crashed and burned yet, somehow. I've carried some awkward stuff down, but still, some people are not comfortable with it. So just let me know that you have, hey, I've got some entries, and bring it to the library that morning.
Okay.
That'll be fine. Be thrilled to death. And you may enter at least 3. So somebody said, well, what are the rules? And I thought, well, the rules are a little loose anymore. It used to be 75% of things that had a previous life. Because we know lots of times you have to put it together, so you may have glue and nails and who knows what you might need to construct your piece. So that's fine. But now we call it upcycle or repurpose or recycle. So there's so many things that they have started in the last few years of trying to keep things out of a landfill by repurposing them. Which you might say is recycle.
Well, of course.
Because you're repurposing something that was something else, and now it's been created with maybe adjustments or modifications to become who knows what. Well, that's great. Bring it. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
So all ages. We have pre-K to wherever, on through adults. So, like I said, there is no age limit. We just have them divided in categories for judging purposes and people's choice voting purposes. So,
okay.
You know what jar to put it in.
And these items will all be on display at the library.
Yes. When you come in one of those doors, you can't miss it.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it the 3rd Street Promenade, I think is the official name. I call it the big foyer. So, the entrance, whatever you want to call it, it's
3rd
right
Street
there.
Was continuing on, that would be 3rd Street.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
And it used to be.
Yeah.
So, yes. But it's always fun. It's always interesting, especially little kids, to see what their minds have come up with. And they have had some fascinating things.
Yeah. Well, yesterday, after all the winds,
oh my goodness, I'm so sick of wind.
I know. I picked up enough stuff in front of the radio station that I could have created a recycled art item.
I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that.
All kinds of weird things that the wind is blowing around.
I never find any good money, though.
That's true.
Or bad money. I don't care. Just money,
Does it have glitter on it?
Yeah. I found a $1 bill in my front yard one time. I thought, well, that was nice. I got paid for, going to the mailbox.
That's
here.
right. That's right.
But that's been a few years ago. So.
Yeah.
And it blows.
Oh, yeah.
I had a friend that was cleaning the access road. I was trying to think. It wasn't the bar ditch, but around the access road one time for an event we were going to have. And he found 2 $100 bills. So, he didn't feel too bad about being forced to pick up trash that day.
Well, be careful now. If you try to put it in the bank, you might be accused of laundering money.
Oh, yeah. But, we always keep America beautiful, even always ask, like during the Great American Cleanup. Of course, they do have places that do have recycling. So if you do, they always separate all the the plastic from the aluminum. And I thought, I'm so lucky if I get somebody to clean up. We're not separating anything. Sorry. But they always do want to know what was the most unusual thing you found.
Okay.
I haven't ever found anything that was really bizarre or strange. I think I had one person cleaning up one time that found a pistol. I said, if you do things like that, call a cop. Don't touch it, because there might be DNA or fingerprints or something, and they know how to pick it up, and you don't. Yes.
Yeah, evidence.
I found an old hunting knife one time. The first time I was cleaning up, we did a cleanup after I moved here. But it was so rusty, it wasn't worth trying to even clean. It had been there for so long. So that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
But, a quarter here and there would be just fun, because then you think, there's something about finding change that you think you're really loaded. Then, I found this. This is so cool. I got paid for picking up trash.
I think we found like a $20 bill one time, and it was crispy. Because
it'd been
there a while. And we said, we have got to get this back into circulation as quickly as possible, and we went and had pizza.
Well, there you go. There you go.
So we recycled that and turned it into edible pizza.
All right.
But yeah, I could imagine that people have found some really strange and unusual things in some of the cleanups, like a complete change of clothes over a mile.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you wonder.
Fall out
what
of
gets me is when you somebody has thrown around a liquor bottle in a brown paper bag, like somebody isn't going to recognize it. Come on. And you think those people were driving. Yep.
There's a strong possibility that they were driving, not necessarily the passenger, but may have been the one driving. Yeah. And that's a terrible thought in and of itself.
Because did they make it home? Did they kill somebody?
Right.
Don't drink and drive. For God's sakes, don't do that.
Yeah.
There's enough accidents now that are devastating without your help by being under the influence of whatever.
True.
And now this new marijuana thing. Well, that's going to, how many accidents and deaths are going to have to happen before they change that?
Now, we're told.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I do not know. But we're told that the marijuana people are just chilling out and they're at home. They don't drive.
They don't drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're told.
Yeah, and it's snowing outside right now, too, isn't it?
Yeah. I somehow think that may not be 100% accurate all the time.
Right.
So.
That's like, oh, yes, you come to my house. Go to people's house and have a party and you're drinking?
Mm-hmm.
That's just as bad. You're going to leave. You're going to get in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a good idea?
Yeah, if you
No.
don't have a designated driver, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So as far as the recycled art is concerned,
Yeah, I don't know how we got off on this.
No, that's okay.
It was just a
clean it
tangent
up
we
and think.
got on.
Well, you found a brown bottle in a brown paper
the
sack.
unusual things to make.
Right.
You're the one
But-
that started out in front of the building with the wind blowing.
I did. But if you
go.
find things, or you've got stuff that you want to repurpose, you want to turn an old lamp into a cork-filled baseball bat. I mean, whatever it is that you want to do. You've got different age groups. You've got different categories. And then people will be able to vote on what their favorite recycled items are. So, and then these items will all be on display at the library from March
the 3rd to the 19th.
To the 3rd to the 19th. Okay.
And you get ribbons and money.
Ribbons and money.
Yes,
so
there
enter
are awards. Yes.
Enter things
for first, second, and third place in each age category.
All right.
So
sounds like the only size restriction is will it fit in
the door?
In the door.
There you go. And they've got some wide doors
Those
down
are
there.
big doors.
So,
yeah.
Yes.
So if you can disassemble
Maneuver.
to get it in the door and then put it back together again, as long as it doesn't poke a hole through the ceiling, and that's a tall ceiling.
I really don't think we have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a beautiful place to have it.
I
on
don't know if
display.
you remember or if you ever saw it, but it was larger than life because it was about 1.5 times, and it was supposed to have been what grandmother looked like if she fell down on the floor and landed on her back. And she had her feet up just right and her arms and legs, and it was all made out of cardboard.
Oh, wow.
It was by a teenager.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. It was so realistic, and we thought, how on earth are we going to display this? And we laid it on a bench, and it looked great.
It looked great. Well, something else that you wonder, too, is the 3D printing. I was talking to an engineer friend of mine who's going to be doing some work on one of our transmitters tomorrow. And he says, is there anything else that you need? And I said, yeah, the little plastic clips that hold the buttons in the slot are broken. Just age, they dry out.
Right,
and they break. I said, can you find and dig another set of those up? Because if you hit the button just right, it goes into the... It goes into the cabinet, and we don't need that to happen. He says, if I can't find them, I'll just print them on my 3D printer.
Isn't that great?
I said, well, cool, that's great. But I wonder how much stuff is printed now that is made to look like older stuff, or if you're trying to recycle something and you need just the perfect clip or whatever, well, I'll just 3D print it and put it together. But,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But you know what? Right now, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want you to
just
just
submit some entries and do that.
Yeah, it would be more fun to go scrounge and think what you could turn whatever into. Like I said, one year we had a lamp that was out of a clarinet that was absolutely fabulous.
Oh, wow, that sounds neat.
And the lampshade she also made. Well, she had an old shade. She took so all she ended up was the wire form, and then she put new fabric around it, or sheet music, or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I think it was sheet music.
Sheet music, yeah, that would make sense.
It looked fabulous.
That would be neat.
I mean, if that had been in a restoration hardware stores, you would have paid megabucks for it.
Yeah.
But vacuum cleaners made into lamps, pipe fittings with knobs from faucets made into like real steampunk lamps. Those are the coolest.
Yeah.
Because you turn on a knob and your lamp comes on. That is so cool. It had switches and it was just great. I mean, there's
all kinds of things.
Your mind is unlimited. Your thoughts or your thought process for this is just anything.
Move the microphone there.
Oh, sorry.
You were kind of above the microphone.
It had creeped, or I had creeped down. One of the two.
Now, the other thing that you have coming up is you've got a golf
tournament on the 26th.
26th of April?
March
26th. Okay.
Yes.
Next month.
So.
Gosh, 1 month.
I know.
5 weeks away, I guess.
I know. It's spring. Everything just happens. It seems like at once.
That's right.
We just get piled on here.
Yeah.
So. Yes, so if you have any burning desire, which I hope you do, to do our golf tournament, because this is our only fundraiser, please go sign up, get a group. We always have a good time. We sell you mulligans, we give you door prizes. So, and I somehow managed to have halfway decent weather, nice
you
weather.
Always do. You always do.
I don't know how that happens, because you know what happens in March.
I know.
Of course, we've had that all year, so
but I think
wind, yes.
I think the only reason you couldn't have a golf tournament was because of the COVID restrictions, right?
Yeah,
That's the only
they
reason you
shut
could,
it down.
Yeah, it didn't have anything to do with the weather. Whether it may be cold, it may be whatever, but by the time tea time, shotgun time or whatever, it's great weather.
Yeah, we had years and years ago when Joe was still out there. We used to start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Why? I have no idea. That's why what everybody else said, too. Why?
Yeah.
We had to wait a little while because there was some frost on the green.
Yeah.
And so we waited until 9. Whoa. And there are times, for some reason, when you park up at the top and then you walk down that little hill to the back of the pro shop there, that's like a wind tunnel. I don't know how or what, but the wind just whips around there.
Yeah.
And then when you get down in front of the pro shop, the sun is right there. So it's very, very nice. And then you start shedding layers. And there's people out there, of course, they all come in shorts. You can't tell what the temperature is because people dress in a parka and then they have shorts on. So,
of course.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, we've somehow managed to have decent weather. Yes, there's been wind, but fortunately it's been maybe later in the day, which I really don't care what happens late in the afternoon.
Yeah.
As long as I, can have decent in the morning for the players.
Yeah.
And so I just pray to God a lot of times, please, Lord, let us have nice weather.
Yeah, well, it works. It works because you always do. So call Juan at the country club in the pro shop.
6732-546-6732.
575.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember that anyhow.
Yeah,
that's everybody's number. That's just a given.
Well, I mean, as if you have an area code from here. But
right.
anyway.
And if you need more information, you can always, the 575-748-3192.
Yeah.
And if I'm not there, just leave a message, and I will, I promise, call you back.
Tell you, the technology has changed. When I first moved to Artesia,
yes,
you didn't have to dial an area code to make a local call. You didn't have to dial the first 2 numbers to make a local call. So to call the radio station, it was 62751. You just had to dial 5 numbers. Call would go through.
6, not the 7-4.
Not the 7-4.
Yeah.
So it was either 6 or 8. Mm-hmm. Because those are the 2 exchanges for Artesia, 746 or 748. So you just had to dial whether it was 6 or 8, and then the last 4 digits.
Yeah, but I can remember when we only had 3 numbers for a phone number.
Well, that was.
And then we got 4 numbers when you got dial.
Yeah, I mean, you only had so many phones.
Well, you didn't have to dial the prefix. You just got the 4 numbers,
Yeah, but it's not that way now. Because everybody's ported their numbers over, and they moved here from all over the country, and so you'll see 412s and 212s and 516s and 739s and
it makes you answer your phone because you don't know whether it's spam or
a local
or somebody that kept their number forever and got to keep their number, which is
that's why you have to dial the 575.
Yeah, well,
so all those people from North Carolina, it's their fault.
Yeah, but if you've got a 746 and 748 number, you still shouldn't have to be 575.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
I know.
It is what it is, because there's other 746s in the country.
I just forget once in a while, your number cannot be
So anyway, so call Linda if you want to get more information on the recycled art or the golf tournament. If you want to sign up for the golf tournament,
call Juan.
Call Juan at the country club and say,
because I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and if he asks you, if he's not familiar, if you've not played a lot, and he says, "What's your handicap?" Listening to Gene on the radio is not an answer he's looking for. So,
or listening to me either.
That's not the kind of handicap he's wanting to know about.
No.
What's your handicap? Well, I can't hear very well anymore. No. What's your golf handicap? Yes. I can't play golf. That's my handicap.
Yeah, well, his eyes may be rolling to the back of his head then, too.
He'll know where to put you. He'll know what group to
I guess
to put
that's
you
the
on,
object of that nonsense.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, Linda, enjoy your blueberry muffin.
Oh, as always.
And,
yes.
And remember now, you can get a baker's dozen of cookies for like 4...
Or a strawberry cream cheese pie.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah,
I learned something today.
$4.49 for the baker's dozen of cookies.
That's a bargain.
And then you can get the strawberry and cream pie for $1.39 or 2 for $2.69.
Okay.
At your friendly neighborhood McDonald's. So.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too.
We're going to open up the old